Hello and a warm welcome to episode 10 of Rambling Reviews here on Mason's Music Library. In this week's episode, we're going to be discussing the new playlist. In fact, I refuse to call this thing a playlist. It's an album. But that aside, we have More Life by Drake, aka Champagne Papi. Of you watching, Drake needs no introduction. Hotline Bling, anyone? You guys probably remember that one, right? But because my job entails it, Drake is a Canadian-born musician who has been very active over his 16-odd year career in the music business, getting his big break as a part of Lil Wayne's Young Money record label in 2009. Now, after putting in some real work, Drake's relevance to music has only skyrocketed, becoming a household name whose music has appealed to all kinds of people, from the straight-laced businessman to the straight rider, having massive mainstream hits like One Dance and Hold On We're Going Home, to more fleshed out tracks such as Marvin Room, that features a very interesting verse from Kendrick Lamar, and songs like 10 Bands, which I really love, from his 2015 mixtape, If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. Now this project sees a new inflection in Drake's sound, taking influence from British grime artists such as Skepta and Wiley, and hitting it with some of that contemporary hip-hop's most popular production methods and motifs, with just a little hint of that Afrobeat style that has become a signature of Drake's music in recent years. For example, the track One Dance. Now, Drake and his team have such an awesome grasp of different styles of music, and this has become one of the things that has defined his music, as he seems to be constantly looking for something new to integrate into his sound. And this is no more predominant than on this new project, as he really draws from grime on this album to the point where it's frustrated some of his OG fans who can't abide his liberal use of London slang terms like ting. For me, he's done a really good job at incorporating the musical styles of grime into his album, particularly on songs like Galchester and No Long Talk. He clearly has a lot of passion for his subculture and has made a point of featuring artists like Giggs and Skepta, even going so far as to really put them both in the limelight of his album. In fact, Skepta has his own interlude for this album and it's absolute fire. All that being said, I do understand where people are coming from when they say his attempt to adopt this kind of London roadman persona is kind of cringy. But what's a Drake album without a little cringe, am I right? Now, this project sees a new update for how things are going for Drake, as all of his projects appear to be. And the latest Audible diary entry, More Life, we see Drake exploring the impact of his high-paced lifestyle, from his need to get his shit together to basking in the glory of his success. Drake always really focuses on putting himself into his music, exposing his weaknesses as well as his strengths, and always makes Drake's projects introspective, and is one of the reasons his music has struck a chord with so many people out there, from the heartbroken kid to the jet-setting playboy. Now, this contrast in subject matter, for example, spitting bars about his success and then going on to soulfully sing about his sorrow, is one of the things that makes Drake stand out and makes him so universally relatable. Now, this is actually discussed in a very interesting YouTube video that I highly recommend by the channel Noisy Images, called Drake, the Everyman of Rap. So check that out, the link will be in the description box. In terms of the features on this album, I just want to say everyone did a terrific job. I particularly enjoyed Sampa's vocals on that very sweet song 4422 that immediately spun me off in some of his work, and I've really fallen in love with his sound, and I definitely recommend that you check out his 2017 album Processors. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, Mr. West also makes a welcome appearance on this track, on the track Glow, and it's a very chill song, but for me, I would have not have put Kanye on that song. I think he would have sat a little bit better on something like Galchester, or even Can't Have Everything, but I suppose you can't have everything. Now, finally, I want to round off this review by briefly touching on the production on this thing, because it's very solid with some really excellent beats. Now, More Life features a lot of Drake's more recent motifs and influences. Like, it's kind of a combination of trap-influenced beats, nostalgic 80s Michael Jackson style, and like Afrobeat production and phrasing that's all wrapped up in the most contemporary hip-hop production styles around, making for it a lovely combination. That's again very relatable to people from all walks of life. Now, my one gripe, however, is the overuse of that island vibe sounds on songs like Madibin Ridden, I think that's how you pronounce it, that, while I'm sure are really popular in all the happening discotheques and dance halls, it's just a bit repetitive for me. So, but I suppose a man's got to make money, so I say c'est la vie. Anyway, before I finish up this review, I just want to go over my 3 personal tracks for this album, my personal favourites anyway, starting with Galchester. Now, I really love this song. It's got such a tight beat and probably one of the most raw songs on the album, featuring some solid bars and a really good performance by Drake. Next, I would say 4422. In fact, this is probably my favourite song on this album. It's got it all. It's got an awesome feature, a catchy hook, and just tons of style. And my last personal pick for this record would actually be Skepta's Interlude. He just slays it, coming in with tons of heat and just shows a real authentic side to Skepta with a real hard flow and a phenomenal beat. Now, to wrap up this episode of Rambling Reviews, I just want to say that I really enjoyed listening through this album for this review. And although Drake is not normally an artist that I listen to too much, I will be exploring his library a little bit further and continuing to play through this playlist from time to time anyway. But what do you guys think about this album? Because I've seen some really heated debates, mostly in the comments of YouTube videos, but I would love to know what you have to say about it, so why not share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you would like to see more from Mason's Music Library, then subscribe to the channel and check us out on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all links found below. Now, as always, I'm going to leave you guys with my recommended listening for this week's episode, starting with Afrofunk by Jay Prince, Bad News by Kanye West, and 0 to 100, The Catch-Up by Drake. Now, thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take it easy.